What is up, guys? Welcome to Chiayi, Taiwan. Tonight we are heading to a night market. Now this Taiwanese night market is probably one that you've never heard of, but Netflix has. Let me explain. When I moved to Taiwan 10 years ago to teach English, this is the town that I lived in, Central Taiwan. A lot of people ask me, why are you going there? But it was really close to the mountains. It was a small town, which is something I was used to. And so I chose Chiayi. And I'm so glad I did because it was such an amazing experience. Not that many foreigners lived here, so I really got to immerse myself in everything Taiwan here in Chiayi. A lot of people come here just to go up into the mountains. I came here and I stayed. Now this is the Wenhua night market. Now if you've seen the episode of Street Food Asia, the episode that they did here in Taiwan was actually shot around Chiayi and is centered on this night market. Another thing that you might not know about me is that I was one of the talent consultants on that episode, and they originally wanted to do Taipei, and we had convinced them to come to Chiayi to cover some of the amazing chefs and people and culture here in Chiayi. And I am back after so long, 6 years later, and I want to eat the most random night market street food that you can find in this market. It's stinky as I don't even know what I'm hungry for, but I'm gonna try everything that looks unique. So simple, but executed so well. Everything that looks interesting until I'm absolutely full. Let's go explore the Wenhua night market, the night market that Netflix covered. Okay, so right off the side of the night market street, you'll find Liu Li Chang, and they serve turkey rice. Now, it would not be a food tour complete without trying a bowl of their chicken rice, which is actually turkey. So one bowl of that. I just love the menus too, how it's just like a paper menu, and then I'm using this menu with the pictures to order. All right, awesome. 谢谢. First food here in Chiayi after so long, it has to be the quintessential turkey rice. I feel like you guys would be like, what are you even doing going to Chiayi and not having this? So it is nice slices of turkey, fried shallots, a nice sauce over the rice, and then of course, amazing Taiwanese rice. Pretty small bowl, but it's gonna be so good. So simple, but executed so well. Turkey is really quite soft. The sauce on the rice is like a little bit oily, tastes a little bit like turkey juice, and a little sweet as well. And then the fried shallots are just perfect. Crunchy little pairing. Adds a little bit extra flavor. Oh man, this is like comfort food in a bowl. Anytime you're hungry, craving something, feeling sick, this will satisfy every single time. Wow, I love that. Okay, now I got a little side dish. Look at that shredded tofu. It looks like it's noodles. It's served cold. A little bit of carrots, a little bit of cucumbers in there. It's a nice little side dish. Really good. Now, just like you saw in Taipei videos, that braised pork rice is a thing. Well, here in Chiayi, they do turkey rice. And sometimes you'll read it as chicken rice, but it's actually turkey rice. And this is the traditional form. Okay, people are so friendly in Chiayi. I don't know why the owner decided not to make me pay the full amount. So it's 35 for the turkey rice, 35 for the tofu, which comes to 70. So I gave him 100 and he only gave me 50 back. And I was like, no. And then we kind of went back and forth, but yeah, he insisted I only pay 50. Super nice guy. He's just like, you remember him. He's really, really friendly, and the food is really good. And their quality hasn't gone down at all. The restaurant looks really nice. Yeah, I'm happy we started there.
Wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me.
right, guys, what have I gotten myself into? I accidentally ordered a large, and this is mala. Ow, stinky tofu. Oh, it's hot. This is a mouth-numbing stinky tofu, so it's not just straight up stinky, although it does have a stench. Oh my god, this is a lot of tofu, guys. Oh my gosh. Piping hot. Red, red, red as can be. Soaking in this broth. Looks like it's absorbed some of that broth pretty well. Only time will tell. We'll have to try it. All right, guys. Stinky tofu. I have not had this in a very long time. Now, if you want to know who is selling stinky tofu, just use your nose. You're gonna know as soon as you walk past it if it's stinky tofu or not. Taiwanese delicacy. That is stinky in the mouth. Wow. This must be a very specific acquired taste because I don't know about it. Damn. Stinky tofu is not my vibe. I know that they soak it in like semi-fermented foods in order to get to this flavor. And I really cannot vibe with it when it's by itself. But in this mala broth, it's actually a lot better. But the bite in is really stinky. Like, kind of like manure, I guess? I don't know. It's hard to describe because a lot of people do love it. But I want to describe it as it tastes like cow poop. But it's got this like weird aftertaste that I would not want to breathe on other people. If that makes any sense. It tastes pretty much exactly as it smells. It's like a bit composty. But if you're in Taiwan, it is something you should absolutely try and see if it's to your liking, because a lot of people do like it. This is the culprit of the smell. Once you split it open, it just looks like tofu. You couldn't convince me that that's just not braised tofu until you smell it. The only thing that's giving you guys an advantage is that you don't have to smell this. This is wild. So you guys tell me in the comments, are you a stinky tofu lover? And if you haven't had it before, do you think that you would be able to eat it? Would you try it? Let me know down in the comments. And if you don't like it, I do understand why as well. Whatever it's soaked in must be very clear because it just looks like normal tofu. That one was 100. You can get the small one for 80, big one for 100. I would say it's more expensive, but it is a delicacy here in Taiwan, and I do see other people stopping to pick it up. So it is popular. You gotta try it when in Taiwan.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So funny. There's also like nowhere to sit in this night market. Super interesting place. It's so different from Taipei. But I guess before I just would drive around on a motorcycle. Now I'm doing like the real deal, walking around eating street food. Pretty cool experience. Maybe a little intimidating for first timers. All right guys, this one's really interesting. So this was like a steamed rice roll place, and he had like the traditional chuang fan. And he recommended I get this one, which is like basically a steamed rice noodle meatball. And he put a sweet sauce on and a spicy sauce on there. Nice and soft. Ooh, those look amazing. They're like shaped like a flower. All right, let's try this random steamed meatball. Oh wow, minced pork on the inside, seasoned with ginger, scallions, and definitely some 5-spice. The dumpling around it has been steamed to the point where it's so soft it's basically falling apart. I really like the sweet sauce on top. The spicy sauce really isn't spicy. It's just like slightly tangy. Maybe a little tingle on the tongue, like a 0.1 out of 10. Yeah, I would say one area of improvement this market could do: more seating, more trash cans, and close the road down a bit earlier. I know it does close down at some point, Right now it's still wide open for scooters, so they whiz past you, and if you're not used to it, might scare you. Or if you're not paying attention, you might get whacked. What else to try? I saw another thing that I do want to try. It's so crazy how many places I've never been. Thank you, Shishe. It's crazy how many places in this market I've never been before. So this is like a Tainan style beef soup. It is like, I got the top class beef soup. So I'm guessing, yeah, these pieces are like slightly undercooked and the broth is smelling beefy. Wow. I love this in Tainan, and it's nice to get it in Chiayi as well at this night market because it's actually not that far away. Let me get chopsticks. And typically you drink the broth and then you take the slices of beef and dunk it into a little bit of sauce, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. All right, food number 4. We're still going strong. Getting a little bit on the full side. We haven't spent that much money, to be honest. 50 at the first place, 100 at the second place, 120 and 150. So we spent a total of 480 so far, which is under 20 Canadian dollars, which is insane to me because you could literally fill yourself all day and not spend that much. Okay, so a little bit of beef dunked in the sauce with ginger. Let's give it a try. Things are so sweet here. That sauce is incredibly sweet. The beef is just perfect. It's so tender. It's really fresh. All right, let's try this broth. It's just straight up beef broth. Wow, but the beef is amazing. Just as is, like this. Dunked a little bit in the sauce. Nice high quality chunks of beef. All right, so it's 7 p.m. The roads finally shut down. It is fully walkable, which makes it much more enjoyable. And I want to see just how much more I can eat. Maybe 1 or 2 items, we'll see. So what I said earlier about the garbage cans, don't worry, the garbage cans have come out. Where the roads are blocked off, there are some trash bins. Thank goodness. There's actually a lot of shopping in here as well, like for little souvenirs, clothing everywhere, bracelets, jewelry, diffusers. There's a lot of these like little toy stores where you like put the coins in and you try to, like that claw grabbing machines. There's a lot of these around. And also this is a very small night market, which is quite nice because it's really not that crowded, at least during the weekdays. I know there's been some days I've been here and it's been pretty crowded, but overall this is a nice, calm night market. So it's a little bit easier to walk around, breathe, take in everything, see what you want to eat. Let's head down this way, see what they got down here. Okay, so I saw a lot of people at this stall earlier getting candied fruit on a stick. So they have different kinds. They have strawberries, they have, I guess, grapes and oranges, tomatoes. I got a green grape for mine and it's been candied and looks very interesting. I've never really, I never go for one of these. Oh, you hear that crunch? Whoa. That is beyond sweet. That is just like a caramelized sugar on top, a nice thin layer. It crunches when you bite into it, and the grapes are already super sweet. Listen to this. That's a very satisfying crunch. It's already so sweet, so this is just like double sweet. Little grape kebab. That's a very fun street food to have. Okay, last bite of the grape kebab. That was actually really good. I was surprised I like that. Super yummy. And here we go. Check this out, guys. We've got a trash bin. Yay. All Alright guys, I'm at a spot called Small Boss Dessert and I'm here for Douhua. That is like a tofu soy milk sort of dessert. So you have this beautiful silken tofu that is sitting in soy milk that has been sweetened, and then you can get a bunch of toppings or you can get a plain. I got red bean. Now red bean is sort of Taiwan's solution to chocolate before they even had chocolate. Now they do have chocolate, but people still prefer the traditional, less processed, less sweet version, which is red bean. It's a nice alternative, to be honest. Let's give it a try. Oh wow, I got regular sugar. Regular sugar is not over the top on the sweetness. It's really quite nice. The red bean is slightly sweet. It adds a little bit of like a starchy sort of texture to everything. And then the soy milk that it is just so cold. This is a nice, cooling, refreshing dessert. Look at that scoop. Oh, so good. So if you've watched the Netflix episode, and I'm curious, how many of you have actually seen the Street Food Asia episode here in Chiayi? Definitely let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. But if you've seen the episode, they do focus on Douhua, and there's an older lady on the opposite side who does Douhua, and she cooks it over charcoal for a very long time, or so she says. But she is not actually open on Tuesdays, which is a shame, but this is equally as delicious. It's just served cold rather than slightly warm. It highlights sort of like the heritage around traditional food here in Chiayi. These foods have been around forever, and they're still very popular with locals, which is really nice to see. And you see that alongside new and modern foods as well, and like international cuisines. No matter what, when you come to Taiwan, you're going to be able to access those traditional foods and desserts. And that's what I love about it. All right, beautiful bowls. Such a cute little restaurant right off of the night market. I love it. I think that's my last food of the night. I'm getting full. That was a street food marathon. All right, here at the beginning of the night market again, and all done eating. That was a street food marathon. I am very full. We only spent 500 NT dollars, which is like close to $20 Canadian, and I am so impressed. I could not eat any more if I tried. So even trying to spend another 500 is just too much food. Yeah, everything is different here. It feels different, it looks different. Where's the baseball guy? He's gone. Where's shawarma guy? He's gone too. That's I mean, change happens. It's been 10 years since I've been here, but yeah, it's very nostalgic to be back. It was very cool to be able to go through the night market, the one that they featured in Netflix, the one that you've probably never heard of. Still not very crowded, so if crowds are not your thing, you want to visit a night market that's a little bit more chill, has good food, has traditional food, then you definitely want to check out the Wenhua night market. That is it for my night market tour. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a hype, leave it a comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. I've got one more coming from Taiwan, so stay tuned for that, and have a wonderful night. Bye. What is this game? What is all this? Just got an earthquake alert telling me to seek shelter. I don't even feel anything. Okay, that was like a proper alert on the phone. Everyone's phone was going off. No one cared. I was like waiting for something to happen. Nothing happened. Thank God. You know what I mean?